This will make you grow, not only at the gym, but at life too. I know it's small, I know it's only like 1.25 kg plate, yet it's more powerful and more humbling than one big 20 kg plate. Imagine this, there is a guy, let's call him Jesse, and he's just like you, just like me. He's ambitious, right? But the one thing that draws our attention is his schedule. Because as you look at his schedule, throughout the 6 days of week, from Monday to Saturday, he's doing just average stuff. He smokes, he eats some junk food, he doesn't sleep well, he doesn't read books, he doesn't exercise, anything. But when Sunday comes, this is his day of improving. He wakes up, immediately takes cold shower, opens some book, reads for an hour, then meditates, journals, then goes to the gym. Sunday is his day of improving. But as you think of it, will he grow? Will he grow? Opposite of Jesse, we have Steve. And Steve isn't grinding that much when it comes to self-improvement. He reads a book only for 20 minutes a day. He exercises for 30 minutes a day. He meditates for a couple minutes in the morning while he is waiting for the, tea to brew. Yet he's doing it every day, and it makes him grow. In this video, I want to talk about kaizen, which is Japanese philosophy for becoming basically 1% better every day. Not enormous changes, enormous steps, but becoming 1% better every day. And this is the thing that will result in you basically changing your life. This is also known as compound effect, if you do not want to use some fancy names. The most popular practical explanation of kaizen on the internet is simple math equation. It's 1.01 to the power of 365. This basically represents that 1.01 is a 1% better every day, and the power is number of days in a year, and the result of this equation is 37 something, which means that basically, theoretically, by improving 1% better every day, staying consistent and becoming 1% better every day no matter what, this will result in you changing, in you becoming 37 times better than when you started a year ago. So why do this? Why you should do this? First thing is that basically by doing a little of task but every day, you'll finally spend more time on it than if you just grinded it on one day per week. For example, 30 minutes of reading per day is still more than reading 3 hours on Sunday or something, right? The second thing is that it keeps you motivated to never settle down, to always strive to improve more, to become better. There's one more thing that people do not talk about on the internet, and this is basically that spacing stuff is the most powerful thing we can do. What I mean by that is at the gym, you aren't exercising one time per week, doing crazy session. You split it through, a couple of sessions per week, and it results in you just having the time to recover, to kind of build new muscle. The same goes for learning to, for example, reading. If you read every day, you let the concept sink in to your brain. You can let your brain to kind of process it and comprehend it more. It's better for you to basically study every day for an exam, like a month before it comes, when it's a really important exam, right? Rather than just cramming for a couple of hours day before, because your mind will process it more if you do this, on the span of this 1 month, and you will be finally better, and you will feel like you spent less time on studying because it was only 30 minutes a day rather than just cramming for 4 hours straight. So now the quick explanation how to do it. To be honest, it's really simple. You just have to take a piece of paper and you have to write down the things you want. For example, you write that you want, I don't know, good physique. You want to, pass this exam that's coming in a couple of months. You want to, make the first dollar online, for anything basically. Then in the other column, you pair each thing you basically wrote down, you're pairing it with action. This is even more important than the goal itself, because each goal has to be, bound to an action you have to do every day in order to achieve it. So basically then, based on your goals, you have actions that you have to perform in order to achieve those goals. For example, if you want to, pass an exam really well with excellent results, you want to study every day, for an hour, right? And this is the habit you will do in order to achieve the goal that you set. And then basically you want to take those actions and try to do them every day and try to even become better at them, even by this 1% at time. But you know, by doing this consistently, you will grow, and this is the true growth. Not a growth that comes from grinding for one day when you feel like it, when you feel motivated to do it, but this is the growth that comes from being disciplined and consistent in your goals. This means that you are really determined to do it, that you would love to achieve all your goals. There are things that you cannot completely scale, for example, reading books. I mean, you cannot become better at reading books like every day. I mean, you can just, you know, make your reading speed faster, but there is a limit. You cannot just read 100 pages an hour because you wouldn't like comprehend anything. But for example, the easiest example is the gym, because each time you go to the gym, you try to push the 1 kg more on 1 rep more, and this is basically the definition of kaizen, of improving. But back to the reading, I mean, like 30 minutes of reading a day will make you grow as a person. By reading this, you know, 30 minutes a day or 1 hour a day even, this will make you grow as a person, which means that you'll become 1% better every day, so the kaizen still applies here. I hope you get that. It is said that you have to brush your teeth for 2 minutes every day. But then let's do a little experiment. If you multiply this 2 minutes by 7, so the number of days per week, you have 14. And if you brush your teeth for 14 minutes on Saturday, would it make sense? That's why we want to be more like Steve than Jesse. We want to improve by a little every day rather than just have random chapters of grinding in life. So yeah, basically consistency makes a difference here. Now it's your turn. Just as I said, try to pick one habit, one like action that you want to perform every day in order to become a better person. Try to stick to it, do it every day, and try to, you know, strive to be better each time you're doing it. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you being that far. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll connect. Check out this video if you want, and see you in the next video. See you.